Okay, so we were just talking about
gangs.
yes,
about-
gangs and stuff here. Do you feel like you would have been exposed to gangs or violence
My home
in
in
your
my
hometown?
hometown, no, not
No,
really.
not
Yeah,
really.
every
No.
we knew each
Sure.
other, so it's like we
Yeah.
were friends. That we
Okay.
used to play soccer against in the barrios.
Sure.
So it's like we knew each other. So I never
Yeah.
saw any.
And there wasn't even there weren't a lot of adults involved or anything
No.
like that. No.
So
No. That just kind of makes me wonder. Like, do you ever think how your life would have been different if you hadn't immigrated to the U.S.? How do you think it might be different?
you know what? I have thought about
Yeah.
that too, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
Do you think you'd still be a teacher, or you'd be in a different profession, or?
Probably in a different profession. Probably even, I will have tried out for the soccer or baseball or something
yeah,
like
okay.
that over there.
Yeah. Okay.
But you never know.
You never
We will
know.
never-
Yes, we never know. We
Yeah.
never know. Okay, and we also talked about how you were in the bilingual classroom and how that really made your transition a lot easier. What do you think would have happened had your family moved to a neighborhood, even like Berwyn 30 years ago, 25, 30 years ago, where there was no bilingual education? What would that have?
I think it would have been
like?
very hard for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because probably bilingual education wouldn't existed here in this
Yeah.
the suburbs. So
Sure.
it could have been like they call it swim or sink.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know,
Sure.
so
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Could have been different.
Yeah. Probably harder.
Harder,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
How did your schools and teachers receive you in the classroom? Like, how did they treat you as an immigrant,
and as an
as a Latino male? Yeah.
they were very nice.
Okay.
Yeah, my first teacher from 7th grade, she was from Colombia. She was a very nice person.
Okay.
Yeah, she helped me a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, did you have any negative experiences with teachers or schools prior to that interaction at the city
No.
college? No,
No,
everything
I
else
never
was.
did. Yeah, everything
was great.
Yes.
Okay. Were there, and so I guess the accommodation that was made for you was being in a bilingual program, right?
Right. Yes.
Do you remember taking tests in high school and being offered, like, you could take it in English, you could take it in
Yes.
Spanish? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But then things like the ACT, right, or SAT,
No, that was
all in
all
English.
in English. Yes.
How do you remember feeling as you looked at something like that you knew was important, but that was all in English? Do you remember?
It was kind of scary.
Kind of scary. Yeah.
Because it was like here's the reality when you see the taste, like whoa. You know?
Do you remember any strategies that teachers taught you
Really?
that helped you, or
No, I really don't.
no? Yeah.
No.
That would be the golden.
Yeah, I know.
Were teachers and administrators aware of your cultural
Yes, they
background?
were.
Yeah, very
Yes.
much. And so, how long did it take you to fit into your school and classroom?
Like I said before,
Right.
it was nothing but
Instant. Yeah.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
instant. 'Cause,
Okay.
I
And-
felt like I was in my hometown.
Yeah. And is that a reason why you became a bilingual teacher?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons.
Yeah.
Another one is that in high school I saw some teachers that they didn't care about us. It seems like they care was about their salary, their
Sure.
money. Because like in one of my English classes, the teacher will sit there reading the newspaper. She will give us worksheets. We will finish, and it's like, well, now what? Oh, just stay there until the bell rings. So it's like I always thought like they could do better for us. They could teach us better. They could prepare us better. So it's
Yeah.
like I always had that on mind.
Yeah.
And when I became a teacher, like I promised to myself that I will never do something like that. I will always put 100% to teach the students the best that I could.
Yeah. So that kind of leads to the next question. What advice would you give teachers about immigrant children in their classrooms?
Well, to be patient with that.
Mhm.
You know, not because they just sitting there just listening and not saying anything. That means that they're not understanding or they don't know anything. It's just that sometimes it's like, they feel, I don't know, scared of
Mhm.
a new environment.
Mhm.
So we need to give them time so they could start like, getting confident about among themselves so they could
Mhm.
start like participating in class.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah, 'cause sometimes it's like, you know, we think that they don't know anything, they don't understand what I'm talking about, but it's not that. It's just something that they are afraid of saying something wrong
Yeah.
because they don't have the confidence.
Yeah. Yeah. And as teachers, it's such an important job
Yeah,
to really
exactly.
work with the students. Can you say, how many years have you been teaching?
This is my 14th year.
14th year, and most of it was in
First
first
grade,
grade
bilingual.
bilingual. Okay. And can you say anything about just working with parents, or you have such a valuable perspective, not only on the kids having been an immigrant
Yeah.
child or child of immigrants in a school, but also to the parents. Like,
No, well, I'm always always talking to the parents. I'm always
mhm,
telling them that not because they are immigrants,
mhm,
wherever the condition is, like your son can do whatever he wants to do as
of
long as
course,
he puts
yeah,
some of his part and then you help him at home.
yeah, yeah,
And I mean, they will be, they can get they can go to college if they want to,
definitely,
and it's up to
definitely,
them,
yeah,
you know. So we need to prepare them so they can reach to their goal.
sure. I'm sure that parents, they're able to relate to you in a way that they
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
relate to all the teachers, and they're able to see your life as
E-
an example of, oh,
exactly, and I don't like, when they start making excuses. It's like, no, 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 no.
okay,
Don't, you're not
okay,
gonna tell me that
sure,
I went
sure,
through that, so there's just an excuse,
okay,
you know.
okay. Is there anything else you'd like to say about teaching, about being an immigrant, about culture?
Well,
Any advice you could give someone trying to work in different cultures, or
well, all I can say is like just treat all the students the same, treat them
mhm,
with respect,
mhm,
and do the best you can so they can
mhm,
be educated, and maybe some of them can go to college.
mhm. Do you feel like in your time as a teacher, seeing some of these issues that, like seeing your life story, kind of, okay, I came as an immigrant child, I was in school, seeing that frequently as you're a teacher, seeing new kids
Hmm.
come, or even children of immigrants, how do you feel that schools, specifically the school that you've been working with or the district, how do they do in terms of welcoming parents, encouraging student success, setting high expectations for immigrants and people from different cultural backgrounds, right? Because most teachers are from one cultural background,
Exactly.
and most of the students are from another. What have you seen? Good things, not so good things?
I think that sometimes
And we're
some of
not
the
saying the name of the school or anything
some
like
of the teachers are like, just because the student is an immigrant, their goals are lower.
that. Mhm.
Instead of treating them
Mhm.
the same, they lower the goals, they lower
Mhm.
the standards, just because they think that they're not going to be able to do it or they're not going to be able to make it.
Mhm.
And I believe that's totally wrong,
Okay.
because I think we need to put the standards as high as we can,
Mhm.
and they're going to be able to do it.
Mhm. Would you say that you've seen that happen for
Yes,
immigrants and for
for,
children of immigrants, just
yes,
for Latino population in
yes, for
general?
Latino
Okay.
population and also even for Anglos and
Okay.
African Americans.
Okay.
I seen that
Okay. Okay.
just because they are quiet or whatever, they lower
Sure.
their standards instead of like keeping them at the same level,
Okay.
and it's, that's, that's not right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anything that you've seen a school do